Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is looking at the feminine energies for the month ahead. So it will probably last for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I've laid out a spread, so let's get straight to the bottom of the deck. And we have, oh dear, 5 of Cups, feeling like there is no joy, possibly no love in your life. The 5s are not good cards in any respect, really, but there's always hope in the background. And in the background of the 5 of Cups, you can see that there are 2 cups left standing. The 3 cups have been kicked over. 3 of Cups stands for joy and happiness. So it currently feels like perhaps there is not enough joy and or happiness in your life, but there is potential for that to return. The 2 of Cups that are left standing in the background is the card of true partnership. So if this is feeling like you don't have enough love in your life, partnership is still a possibility. I feel like saying that things might have been hard for the last 3 months. Cups is months, and we've got the 3 cups kicked over here. So it feels to me like perhaps some of you have been going through something quite difficult, quite tiring, quite draining. Possibly you've had quite an emotional 3 months. When I say an emotional 3 months, what I really mean is you've been really preventing your emotions from showing, is what it feels like to me. Good news though, we've got the Queen of Cups in the future position. So if that is the case, if you've been going through something difficult, trying to keep a lid on your emotions, you'll be coming into a better energy in the future, which is great news, regardless of what sign you are, because this reading is for all feminines of all signs. So potentially you've been going through something difficult. There is hope in the future. And I think I might take the next card underneath it to see if we need a little bit more clarification as to what's been going on. And actually that's not going to tell us what's going on, but it is going to illustrate that you are moving out of this phase. So if you've been in a phase where things have felt difficult, you've felt exhausted, you've been emotionally drained, actually, I'm getting a tingle there. That's sort of the feeling. If you've had a lot perhaps on your plate, more things to think about and worry about than usual, then great news. We have a 6 here, and it's not the 6 of Cups, but it is the 6 of Swords, and that is moving into something much better, heading for smoother waters, if you like. What's particularly nice about the 6 of Swords for me is it feels like you are being helped into that energy by somebody else. Now, there could be guidance coming from on high, and you could have divine intervention going on, and spoiler alert, we do have an angel here, but this actually feels more practical than that. Somebody is helping to guide you into smoother waters if things have been difficult. If things have not been difficult, I think it is one of 2 things. Either you've not allowed yourself to recognise that things have been difficult, and so you've been fooling yourself and everybody else, quite successfully, I would say. Or you've already moved into a better energy, and then this 5 of Cups energy is firmly in the past. I think for a lot of you, it's not in the past yet. I might just take a card from the top. Justice. Right, so this is a Libra card, but it can also talk about legal issues. So it could be that you've got some sort of legal situation going on that has been exhausting you, really. I think you're having to keep yourself strong in order to move on. If that's the case, if you're going through something legal, I think maybe it's an advocate, a lawyer, a solicitor is helping you through that. And they're going to be good, actually, at guiding you into a better outcome. If you've not been going through something legal, then this is just talking about things not feeling quite fair. Sort of like things have been difficult, but they shouldn't have been. You should be past this difficult phase by now, and the fact that you're still in it doesn't feel fair on a level. That's what that feels like. So as I was saying, the Libra card, Justice, it can talk about legal matters, but it's also the card of fairness and equality. Judiciary. I'm not quite sure what that means. Judgment, I think. Well, actually interesting, because we've got judgment. So I think I will carry straight on then, because judgment and justice together are a really strong combination, I would say. So if you've been going through something difficult, then it is waiting for the outcome is the part that's being difficult here. If you've not been going through something legal, then judgment is here to say that something is going to change soon. So judgment is crossing the sun. Now, this is an unusual pairing, I would say, because we're at extremes here. The sun is the best card in the deck. This is the overall energy for the month. You should be in the sun energy. But as we've already said, a lot of you are not in that energy yet. It's coming. Judgment is saying, almost saying, why aren't you in that energy yet? Is there something you can do to allow this good energy in? Well, it's interesting, especially as what we were just talking about. Judgment is a bit of a news flash, really. In a way, Judgment is saying, this is the energy on offer for you this month. For the next 4 to 6 weeks, the sun is shining strongly on you. You're moving into a much better position, and things are going to work out for you, particularly if you've got something legal going on. So if you're in this great energy, or you could be in this energy, Judgment is here to say, what is stopping you? What is holding you back from experiencing all the joy and happiness that is available to you? Because it feels a little bit like you've put a pause on that yourself. And as I was saying before, I'm not sure that this is fully conscious. It feels like you've been going through something difficult that some of you have not even faced up to yourself. You've not faced up that you've been going through something difficult, yet you have been, and things are improving. And perhaps that is why you're finding it difficult to see the sunshine here, because you're not really even aware that things have been quite hard for you recently. Maybe you've just been feeling like this is how life is. You know, maybe you've been feeling like this is how life always is. No, life isn't always like this. Something's been going on. You've been going through some sort of emotional turmoil, some sort of physical ailment and upset and injury, something that has really held you down and kept you back. But as I said a minute ago, you are moving forward from that. So if there is an element here of you not being able to recognize that there is a great, big, beautiful life out there for you, then Judgment is here to say, wake up to that fact and move yourself out of this unhappy energy that you've been in recently. I think basically what I'm trying to say is things are improving, and Judgment here wants you to take on board and take advantage of all the great, beautiful, lovely things around you. That's what Judgment's saying. There is a great, big, beautiful world out there, and I want you to enjoy it. Judgment is a bit of a finger wag in this case, I would say. What I actually feel like is something that is out of the ordinary for you, something that you don't want to have to think about all the time, has been keeping you in a level of suspended stress that you don't normally have. And I think because it's been going on for a little while, it feels a little bit like maybe you've been worrying about somebody else that you don't normally have to spend time worrying about. It's that sort of feeling. And because it's come in like that, you're now expecting that it's going to have to stay like that. No, Judgment is here to say, wake up. You only have to temporarily be worried about somebody else. It's not a permanent thing. You can shake that off, like I said, probably with the help of somebody else. So in this case, it's not really anything that's holding you back from enjoying the beauty in life. It's the fact that you've had something else to think about. I suppose in a way it's upset your equilibrium a bit. It's given you more to think about than normal, and you haven't found that easy, pleasant, enjoyable, and you've worried that it might be an ongoing thing. I don't think so, because things are actually good for you. So shake that off. Shake off that difficult energy that you've been struggling with recently. On the surface, what's obvious and clear to everybody, this is a 2-year card. This is a card of perpetually going over the same ground, really, biding your time, waiting for things to improve. And although I said before, it feels like you might have had 3 months of actual stress and worry, perhaps, the bigger picture is that it could have actually been building for a couple of years. Yeah, I think so. There is going to be a conclusion to this, though. Let's take a clarify. Oh, well, we have the Ace of Wands, action, dynamic energy and force, and it's divinely presented. There is some sort of action that is going to alleviate the problem. Well, it's more or less what I was just saying. Somebody's going to assist you. Some sort of energy is coming in to change things up and improve the situation. and propel you forward from whatever upset or stress you've been under recently. Good. In the hidden position, we have, lovely, the Two of Cups. As I was saying before, even when all the joy is being kicked over, they still have the Two of Cups remaining, standing. So you have a love connection here. This is a card of true partnership. It's very hot where I am today. This is a card of true partnership. This is in the hidden position. This is not obvious to everybody, but there is partnership out there for you. If you're in a relationship already, the partnership is good. If you're not in a relationship already, there is a potential partner coming in with something small to offer. Potentially, I suppose possibly it looks like with not enough to offer, because the other card that came with it is the Four of Cups, which is you not being able to recognise that what is being offered to you is worth having. So that's quite interesting. I think I would like to see who that is then. So you're either in a loving partnership and perhaps that partner doesn't bring quite enough to the table for you. Maybe you're the main breadwinner. Perhaps the financial burdens fall on you, because that is a financial card here. And maybe that's been causing an element of stress, quite possibly. But if you're not in a relationship, somebody has something to offer, you're not sure it's good enough or suitable enough for you. So let's get a clarifier as to who that person could be. Ooh, lovely. Six of Cups. Progression through the numbers is brilliant in the tarot. We've gone from the Five of Cups to the Six of Cups. We've gone from the 4 to the 5. 4, not feeling like you've got enough. 5, not feeling like you've got much joy going on anymore. To the 6. This is the card of soulmates, really. So if you are waiting for somebody to come in with a love offer, this person could be somebody you already know. It could be somebody you've had a connection with in the past. It could be somebody who's potentially younger than you. You could have a connection to do with children here. So these two cards together are a strong indication of the fact that you've got love coming in. And it's not just love, it's a proper partnership. This is the right sort of pairing that you want, actually. If you're already in a relationship, then I think this is just an indication of the fact that regardless of how you feel about finances, potentially, maybe, as I was saying, you're the main earner, and that causes an element of stress. Regardless of that, this is a really good partnership that you're currently in. And if you're not in a partnership, you've got a really good partnership coming in, which is brilliant. In the past position, we have the Five of Swords. It's another 5, but it's great that this is in the past position because we're moving into the Six of Swords. So we've gone from the Five of Cups to the Six of Cups, from the Five of Swords to the Six of Swords. This is really good news. It means that what was difficult is definitely ending and you're moving forward. The Five of Swords can talk about a battle, something that has been difficult, maybe even a court battle, because we had justice here before. Not necessarily though, and sometimes I read it as a 2 and a 3, in which case it's more to do with heartbreak, choosing heartbreak sometimes. Or a heartbreaking situation that you didn't choose yourself, probably. Oh, I feel a little bit like crying now. If there is an extra element of stress in your life that was previously not here 2 years ago, I think it is because something heartbreaking happened about 2 years ago, I think. Or coming up to 2 years ago, and it's caused an extra element of stress. It could be something like a family member passing away that has meant that your responsibilities have increased over the last couple of years, I think, due to a heartbreaking situation that has been difficult. Yeah, and for some reason, particularly so in the last 3 months. But we're leaving that in the past. In the future situation, we have the Queen of Cups. This is being back on an even keel, getting your emotions underway, feeling balanced again, which is really, really good news. The Queen of Cups is the most loving energy in the deck, and wonderful that that is in your future position. Let's take a clarifier just in case we need to know anything more about that. Particularly the case if you're a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You're going to be coming into your best loving energy. Or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Feminine could be coming in for you. Well, it's an even pairing. Whoever it's talking about it's talking about having your emotions properly balanced again. The Six of Pentacles is the card of shared energy. It's reciprocal. It's a two-way street. This is the sharing of assets. Yeah, interesting. Because there is something, it feels to me that like there is some sort of slight financial burden going on here for some of you. But I think that is going to improve. I wonder how. Feels like that's going to improve. I was talking about the fact that maybe you had to be the main earner before, and that wasn't really obvious to everybody, that it causes an element of stress, but actually this is feeling much more balanced in the future. So that's really, really good place to find that. In the personal position, we have the Nine of Cups. This is the card of, well, it's wishes coming true. It's getting what you want. It's feeling actually a little bit smug. You've got it all the way you want it in a personal way. I don't think a lot of you feel like that yet, because it's a very opposite energy to the one we started with. So you're moving from the energy of feeling like you've had a lot of extra stress to deal with, which has made you a bit emotional and upset your equilibrium a little bit. Moving from that to this. I mean, this is feeling like you've got nothing in your cups, and then this is having them all filled up. So there's a very quick turnaround going on here this month for you, it feels like. Particularly to do with money and love, I would say. In the home position, we have the Hanged Man. Things are on pause at home. You are gaining enlightenment all the while things are on pause. You might be a bit frustrated that things aren't moving further forward quickly as you'd like them to be, but you are gaining enlightenment while you're there. The Hanged Man is upside down to get a different perspective on things, to see things the other way round. Ooh, lovely. Huh. Talk about great progression. We've now gone from the Nine of Cups to the Ten of Cups. Well, I'm going to read these three together then. You know, you're gaining enlightenment on the fact that you can get everything you want, that you have got everything you want. You've got what you need at home, and that is a happy, loving family. Wow. I mean, actually, if you don't have a happy, loving family at home, that is very definitely a possibility going forward, if that's what you want. It feels a little bit like, maybe in a way, maybe it feels like you're losing that and that you want to hang on to it. Maybe your children are growing up and starting to fly the nest. Maybe you want to hang on to the happy family energy while you have it. Well, you've got that definitely for the next 4 to 6 weeks anyway. In the hopes and fears position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is hoping that financially everything's going to be fine. It is. And it also talks about stability. So it's really, really very opposite from the Page of Pentacles. We're making great progress. We've gone from the Page of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, feeling like you don't have enough on offer to feeling like things are more balanced has actually led you into a position where you are feeling extremely good, comfortable, and you have everything you need. There is no fear attached to this card. So although it's in the hopes and fears position, you're hoping that everything is going to balance out for you financially, and it will. You're hoping that you're going to have enough money, and you will. There is nothing to fear here. And the outcome is the Knight of Wands. Interesting. This is a fast moving energy. The Knight of Wands is on a quest, really. Now, if that's the outcome, let's get a clarifier to see why is the Knight of Wands on a quest. Oh, I should just say, this is the card of being happily single. If you're single and you're looking for love, do you remember we had that in the hidden position, and you're hoping that you'll be fine on your own? You are fine on your own. But somebody is coming in. Now, this Knight on a quest, he could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, possibly younger than you. Why do we have the Knight of Wands in the outcome? We've got two cards here. We have the High Priestess. Well, this is the Pisces card, very, very powerful, feminine. Well, it's interesting. Why is the Knight of Wands coming in on a quest? Well, because you know something has ended. Ah, right, okay, so that's interesting. Ten of Wands is an ending. I can't add the 10 to the Knight because there's no 11, but I could take that one wand away from the 10 and make 9, which is feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. The 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. I think that is saying that that energy that you started with, where everything was feeling difficult and you were ground down, that is definitely ending and something better is coming in. And in a way, you already know this. And it's where we started from. Where Judgment said you don't have to stay in this energy, the High Priestess is also saying, you already know that this is a temporary situation that's caused some stress for you. It's ending. I feel like saying you might think it's going to come back. It may well come back at some point, but much further in the future. The stress that you've been having to deal with recently over the last 3 months is ending and things are moving forward into a much better situation. If you are single, then a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, younger masculine could very well be coming in. Well, this is great news. I wonder if there's anything else we need to know for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Let's see. So it's a very positive reading. Yeah, don't resist the fact. Well, it's what I was just saying. Don't be resistant to the fact that things are improving. Hurry that improvement in. It's coming. And here, this is saying don't cling on too tightly to things that no longer suit or serve you. Well, it's exactly what I was just saying. Okay, right. This is where we're going to stop. You've been struggling with something. I'm going to go right back to the past position. There was something heartbreaking that happened that has meant that you've had more stress than normal to deal with for over the last 2 years. You have found that difficult. You found it difficult to find the joy in life recently, but particularly over the last 3 months, it feels like there has been some added pressure that has really, really exhausted you and has sent your emotions really into overdrive, I think. Although I do think other people might very well not recognize that. Strength is a struggle. This is something that you've been struggling with, but you are moving forward from that situation into something so much better. Your emotions will become stable. Your finances will become more equal. If you're in a relationship, it's a good one. If you're not in a relationship, there is a good one coming. It might start small and it might not be what you think you want. The difficulty from the past could have been something to do with a legal matter as well. In a personal way, your wishes are coming true. You have family around you still, and if you don't have family around you, you are going to come into some sort of family environment. If you're worried that the family you've got is going and you're trying to hang on to them, don't worry about that. You're never going to lose that family. And in the hopes and fears position, we had the 9 of Pentacles, which is the card of having everything that you need. This is being fine on your own if you're single. This is having a good amount of money. This is a stable future and a happy outcome. There may well be a younger fire sign masculine coming in. This difficult period is ending and you know that. So don't resist. Leave the things that don't suit or serve you. Wake up to the fact that this is your life and that you can bring in the changes you need and you can have the outcome that you want. You can live a happy life, at least for the next 4 to 6 weeks. At the bottom of the deck, now we have death. Death is a big change. It's a sweeping change. It's coming in naturally. There is nothing you need to do. Things are moving forward for you and they are improving immeasurably, which I'm really pleased about. And so please go out there and enjoy the sunshine while you have it. Wow, what a positive reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. And if you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.